advocate that because she is still a minor, legally she is still a minor, that in every instance where a girl is not in the care of her parent or her guardian, and that parent or guardian deems her to be missing, that in every single instance, these posters or this notice should go up, right? Because we do not want for the random occasion, let's say where and I know Ari did touch on it. He said that she may be in someone else's home. She's at the age of consent, she's in someone's home, but there
There's
may
a
be one of
possibility. I did
those.
not say she is.
Okay, right,
There's a
but
possibility. She
but I
might
know
be.
that, that's generally what persons assume, right? So I'm saying in every instance, it doesn't matter what we may be speculating. I'm saying Ari is speculating that, but what persons may be speculating, because she is still a minor, and we don't want for the random occasion where something is definitely wrong, for us to not take that situation seriously. So in every instance, I'm in agreement with it. I think for me, the bigger issue, and again, we're not saying that it is the case with this particular young lady, but we have seen it in many other instances where missing has to go in quotes, in air quotes, right? Because of the fact that somebody is harboring her or allowing her to stay on their property. And I think that this is always one of my bones of contention with the law as it stands, because how can we have an instance of someone who is underage, she is not an adult, but yet at the age of consent. But if something happens to her, legally, she is the responsibility of her parent or her guardian. And these are the things that I have issues with, where I believe, and I'm saying, well, I probably never said it here, but I'm strongly advocating for the age of consent to be raised to age 18 so that it can be aligned with when someone is an adult. If she is a minor, she is, and again, I'm not saying that it is the same in this situation, but in instances where a young lady is not with a parent or her guardian, she is that person's responsibility, right? So it always sinks my heart when I have to hear that there isn't anything. And I think, Ari, you were here when we were having the discussion off air with Sergeant Ross a few mornings ago, when we tend to hear situations where the police can't do anything about the situation because of how the law is, or what where the law stands on this particular issue. But for me, it's once again, every time I see this type of post being made, it raises the situation of how can you be at the age of consent but yet be not an adult to be able to take full responsibility for your actions. So yeah, that's me with that situation.
What I think is that it because of the amount of cases where you have these young girls running away, and usually from rural areas running away to meet older men, I do think it then desensitizes the public, because if you see that, then you're gonna say, another one gone again, and we don't know what is the actual story. And she's been missing for,
Since last week.
yeah, almost a week. Today's Tuesday, 2 days shy of a week.
Yep.
So like Joshua said, he's confused if she's at the age of consent. How could she be a minor? I think that's what lends to Roleza's point. But I don't know. I don't know.
But you see, once again, it reminds us that as a society, well, I mean, I wanted to say as a society, we should be looking out for our minors, but we do know that there are certain elements within our society who really don't care either. So um, the law probably needs to step in this case.
Yeah.
Ari?
Sorry, I was reading on what this person said. I didn't know that was a cue. So
Okay.
someone said, "Good morning, people. People that say that these kids go into man house is just ignorant because they went to a man house. That
What?
means that their life can be in danger.
Okay.
Look at what happened to the young girl that was found in a bag on the roadside. They also was saying she went by man."
The situation with Precious, yes, that's correct. And again, if ever we wanted to have a face attached to a reason why the age of consent should be raised, to equate to being an adult and being responsible for your actions, precious situation should remind us of that.
I'm not familiar with that one, but I don't know. I can see the pros and I can see the cons.
Of
So
what
like how he says,
the age
her
of
life can also be in the. I think the life of anybody who leave their home and go to somebody's house will be in danger. That's my opinion. But the other side is, like I was saying earlier, as Joshua said here on the live, persons are crying wolf, saying, "Oh, my child is missing," but they know that the child, or they may not know, but the child might know that they went to for whatever they went for. But we're not saying that this is the case. What I'm saying is we don't know when we should worry and when we shouldn't. What?
and maybe our first order should be to worry just in
Yes, I
case.
know we're desensitized to that. Now the police, it's their job. They have to put the post out. They have to put the missing flyers out there. They have to do these things. But the most I can do right now, I will say the most we can do right now is hope that she returns to her parents or family safely and it is rectified, because at the end of the day, there are people that care about this child.
And one of the things too is that it would always stay in your mind to some extent. Persons or the young girls who appear on these posters, because you're always going to remember that she was quote unquote missing at one point in time. So it's one of those situations where when something is posted on the internet, it kind of stays. And for some of these young girls who deliberately choose not to go home or not to return home, do you want for something like this to always stay with you? For you to always be remembered as one of those persons who was quote unquote missing um, in your younger years.
Yeah, so prayers up to that family. I really do hope that this child
And
is
prayers up to the
returned.
child as well. I mean, depending on why she hasn't returned home, um, yeah, she may just need some guidance.
Yeah, I hope that she's returned safe and sound, and I hope that she's in that her house is in fact a safe environment for her. The time is now 7:30. At 7:35, we will have traffic talk. At 7:45, we'll have commentary by Cian Marshall, and we'll return at 8:05 to discuss the son of the assistant police commissioner of police that was charged for a firearm and the comments made by the St. Kitts Prime Minister.
All right, let's take a break at this time.
Quartz Optical presents